Here's something most people looking to move in Davenport, Florida don't realize, especially when they compare it to Orlando: the cost of living. It's not always what it seems on the surface, and understanding these hidden factors can save you thousands of dollars. Hi, I'm Rudy Borges, and I specialize in helping families make a smooth transition to the Davenport, Florida area. If you're seriously thinking about making a move to Davenport, I'd love to help you put together a personalized game plan. There's a link in the description to schedule a quick, free, no obligation, absolutely no pressure call with me, just honest advice. I get calls and emails every single day from people just like you, and I absolutely love helping families relocate like I once did. So let's start with the biggest factor most people overlook: housing. Housing, the biggest piece of the pie. When people look at Davenport, the first thing they often notice is the housing market. In 2026, you can generally expect a median home price that might be more affordable than in Orlando. For a nice three-bedroom, two-bath, 1,500 to 2,000 square foot single family home, you might be looking in the range of mid 300,000 to low 400,000, especially in some of the newer communities that have been popping up everywhere. Now compare that to Orlando, where similar properties can easily push into the mid 400,000s and even higher. Now, while the sticker price might be lower in Davenport, you'll need to factor in some expenses like HOA fees, especially things like that. If you're in a new community that has amenities and pools and clubhouses and even take care of your lawn, you're going to pay a little extra. These fees can range anywhere from $100 to $400 a month, which is a big chunk of change. I recently helped a client find a beautiful home in Davenport with no rear neighbors, and it was a corner lot, and it was somewhere around 380,000. Their monthly HOA was about 300, which was something they really didn't budget for initially. But the overall savings compared to a similar house in Orlando still made it a great deal. Beyond housing, let's talk about utilities and groceries. Utilities in Davenport, like much of Florida, can be a mixed bag. Your biggest variable will be air conditioning. Trust me, that's non-negotiable. So for a typical family, expect anywhere from maybe $150 to $300 a month for electricity, depending obviously on your usage and the efficiency of your home. Water and sewer bills are usually somewhere around $50 to $80, and internet can range from $60 to $100 depending on your provider and the actual speed coming into the house. This is comparable to Orlando, perhaps slightly less due to potentially smaller home sizes on average. Now, groceries. Florida doesn't have state income tax, which is great, but food prices can sometimes be a bit higher than the national average, especially for fresh produce that isn't grown locally. For a family of four, budgeting 700 to 1,000 a month for groceries is a realistic starting point. I always advise my clients to shop local and explore maybe other options for better deals on everyday stuff. The key is to be mindful of current sales and try to plan your meals accordingly. Transportation and healthcare, the unexpected costs. So next up, we're going to talk about transportation and healthcare. Davenport is a car-dependent city. Public transportation isn't as accessible as in the larger metro areas like Orlando. So you'll likely need a car or maybe two. What often surprises people is car insurance. Florida has some of the highest car insurance rates in the country. Expect to pay anywhere from $150 to $300 per month per vehicle, depending obviously on your driving record and coverage. This is often a shock for people moving from out of state. Now, on the healthcare front, costs are generally competitive with the national averages, but it largely depends on your insurance plan. If you're coming from a state with very low premiums, Florida might feel a bit more expensive. Access to quality healthcare, however, is really good, with lots of hospitals and or clinics nearby. But it is crucial to factor in that your specific insurance situation when you budget. So the real comparison. So when we put it all together, how does Davenport truly compare to the more popular Orlando? While Orlando might offer more amenities, diverse job opportunities, and more urban lifestyle, it comes at a higher price. We're talking medium home prices are often 15 to 25% higher. And while some utilities might be similar, the overall pressure on your budget is greater. Davenport, on the other hand, offers a more suburban family feel, often newer homes and communities. Yeah, you might have a slightly longer commute if you work in Orlando, but the trade off is often more space for your money and a quieter pace of life. The real insight here is that while Davenport appears cheaper on paper, you really need to be diligent about all those hidden costs like HOA fees and car insurance that I mentioned earlier. Don't assume that the lower home price means everything else is much cheaper. It's really about understanding the total picture and making sure your lifestyle aligns with your total financial commitment. So that's the breakdown of the cost of living in Davenport, Florida, 2026. I hope this gave you a clear picture of what to expect. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more insight into Davenport and the Central Florida real estate market. And remember, if you're thinking about making a move, whether it's in 5 weeks or 5 months or even 5 years from now, I'd love to be your resource. You can find all my contact information in the description below. Schedule a quick chat. Let's get to know each other. I'm here to help you make a smooth and successful move to Davenport, Florida, just like I did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.